take it and go, take it and go.
The clutch engage.
Yeah,
like that
the
big, like,
boom.
bang. It was the rear end sliding out like while we were accelerating.
I was just trying to figure out what's happening. When Vin Diesel just closes his laptop, opens it.
Smoke.
What's up guys, Matthew from Paramount Visuals over here, and today is our second episode of me covering and showcasing cars that I absolutely love and have potentially filmed before. I'm here with Thammer and his beautiful Supra. So tell us a bit about your car, man.
So it's a 1993 Toyota Supra, right-hand drive. It's an original twin turbo, 6-speed with the jet drag, hard top, black on black, basically.
Black on black.
I've had the car for about 10 years now. I bought it from actually a guy who actually went to Japan, imported it from Japan a number of years ago.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
He picked it himself. He was in the business for a few years importing the cars. And actually, it's a funny story. I had seen the car when it first landed in Canada a number of years before I bought it. It was still stock at the time. I didn't end up buying it, and the owner ended up keeping it. A few years later, I see it pop up on Kijiji right at the beginning of winter. Went to check it out, and it was actually a project that he had started, never ended up completing. It took me a few years to basically get the car in running shape, but basically the big, let's say, modifications on it. It has a Garrett GT4294R, which is one of the Garrett 84mm turbos.
It's one of the big boys.
Yeah, it is. Running an AEM EMS, and so standalone engine management, dual Walbro 255 fuel pumps, 1000cc Precision Injectors, basically HKS ignition system, Exedy triple disc metallic clutch, chromoly drive shaft, 4-inch custom exhaust.
You can take a breath.
There's a lot there.
So how much power is it pulling?
About 700 at the wheels right now, and it's running about 20 psi of boost.
Okay. And anything done to the engine or completely stock?
Actually, it's the head. There's been some work. I'm running some Brian Crower 272 cams, so higher lift cams. Some of the valve train's been upgraded as well. So Brian Crower springs, retainers to basically help kind of bring up the red line on the car as well. But the bottom end is stock.
Okay. And clutch-wise?
It is that Exedy triple disc metallic. It's more of a drag racing clutch than anything else, so it's more of like an on-off for the most part. So hard to drive on the streets, but can definitely take the power. You can drop the clutch as well, and it handles it without a glitch.
So do you drop the clutch every single light?
You have the choice, but generally I try to avoid that. So it's either like I stall or I leave very slowly and gently.
But the thing is that it can actually handle the power.
Yeah, it definitely can.
Okay.
Let's say muscle car guys tend to go chrome, but this is actually the old world, old-fashioned sandpaper and a lot of elbow grease. So that's actually polished metal for the most part, either aluminum or steel. A lot of those parts over the years while I was working to build it on, I would take them off. Winter is long enough that we have the time, some sandpaper, and basically just start kind of going at it.
Okay.
So a lot of those shiny bits are actually were polished by hand.
Okay, so tell us more about these wheels.
So they came on the car when I got it. At first, honestly, I thought about kind of replacing them, but eventually kind of fell in love with them. They're actual Workmeister wheels, so forged, they can kind of take the abuse. Alright, so one thing a lot of Supra guys do, if you're running a heavy pressure plate on the clutch, you do a bypass. You don't have to press the clutch to start up the car. You have to make sure it's not in gear.
So 72,000 kilometers. That's original kilometers, nothing messed about
Yeah.
with. Cool.
It's when I got it about 6 years ago, it was around 67. So I've only done about 6,000 kilometers with the
In
car over the
6
last
years.
10 years.
10 years. Wow. Did not expect that.
Maybe I should have prepared you.
I'm like, yeah, we're going for a nice stroll and a nice cruise. I'm like, take it and go, like it's nothing.
Yeah, and you can feel the clutch engage.
Yeah,
like that
the
big, like,
boom.
bang every
Yeah.
time. That's
Wow.
where the clutch shines. Like those Exedy triple discs really kind of grab pretty quick. Like obviously for drag racing applications, fantastic.
Oh my goodness. And it just hits, like once that turbo kicks in, it's that single.
Yeah.
Once it kicks in and spools up, man, it grips and rips.
The rear end sliding out like while we were accelerating.
Kind of, I was just trying to figure out what's happening.
That's first gear, 4,000 RPM. It's more what worries me with this car is you end up hitting a bump at the wrong minute,
Yeah.
like the wrong second or whatever, and then that's where you're struggling to keep in a straight line because even in third gear you're spinning.
When you said you spin in third, I'm like,
You heard it.
yeah.
Third gear, we're bouncing off the rim.
Nothing hooked.
Yeah.
It's just bouncing, and I'm looking at it just from 5 to 8 like
Yeah.
that instantly.
It's hard to get the shifts dead on with this car because you don't know when it's going to start slipping. Depends on obviously the road conditions or how hot the tires are. I used to run some extreme performance tires before, and they stood no chance. It's actually the Nitto NT01s right now, so they're kind of one step down from almost like a drag radial, if you would.
Yeah. Have you dragged with it?
A couple of times, not a whole lot, honestly. Once you put this much work into a car, you start being a lot more careful with it.
For sure, man.
Spending more time just kind of washing it, cleaning it, doing extra small mods on it.
Yeah. But the thing is that you're gonna go to the track and you're gonna go as the Supra,
Yeah.
and everyone's gonna have eyes and sights on you. But the thing doesn't hook.
Yeah.
So what do you do in that case? You know?
You go roll racing.
Yeah, that's it.
It's pretty much like a lot of the Texas mile roll racing down in the States and Texas and Florida started with Supra guys who just couldn't, get their cars off the line and
It makes
compete with
sense.
some of the more modern cars.
Yeah, it makes sense. Because if all your power is going to the rear wheels, how is it gonna hook up?
Exactly. And you always have the choice. You can put some chunky boy tires in the rear if you want,
Yeah.
but you're just gonna sacrifice a lot of kind of handling, highway
Yeah.
speeds or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
So it's a big compromise for a lot of guys who want to be able to drive their car around town.
Yeah. And it's gonna wear out so quickly.
Yeah.
Should we start heading back and do some rolling shots?